Hi and welcome to VisualBasic.net Absolute Beginner Tutorial. I'm going to start by showing you a little bit around. But before I go ahead, I'm going to show you where you can download the Visual Basic, either the new version or the old version. And this website area, I'm going to add it to my description area for you guys to see. So you have the old version there, and you also have the new one. I believe there might be something newer than this, and this is the one I would recommend for you if you cannot afford to get to any of these. And you'll be seeing this URL on my description area later on, and that's the URL here as well. If you can see that, but I will actually add it to my description area. Okay, if you already installed Visual Basic, for those of you who are absolute beginner, you can always click here to start new. But for those who are experienced, you can always click here. If you have any other file that you've already created, you can just open it from here. That's why they call it the recent one. And there are some getting started tips here for you guys. And up here you see the quick launch. You can, if you type in environment, you can get a dialog box with or a drop down list of all the necessary things that you can do in there. With the environment, like I said earlier on, if you enter environment and select general, that's it, environment general. If you like, you can just change the appearance of your interface and maybe change the font color. Okay, how you find. Okay, in my own case, you can see the default size is 10, so I can just change that to 12. The type is consoler. There's a lot of changes that you can do here. Just explore and find your way around the whole program. And here in the general part of it, you see I have blue. I'm just going to change that just to blue. Now instead of blue contrast, I'm going to change that to just blue. Just click on OK. Alright, let's start a new program. So I'm going to click on new project right there. Once you click on new, the project dialog box pops up, and that is it right there. It depends if you already have some recent program or selected any of the program in here. You should be able to find those inside the recent one. Okay, like in Visual Basic, I've mostly used Windows Forms application right there. In C# the same thing, and in C++ I've used Windows Desktop application. So if you don't have any of those, all you just need to do is to click on installed. Now these are all the components that I've installed, and if you intend to install more of those, you can always go to online, and right there just select whatever you intend to install, or just select any of these and install them if that's what you intend to install anyway. So let me go back to installed and select Visual Basic. Make sure you select Visual Basic for those of you who are new, and do not select C# or any other application like Visual C++. Then we select Windows Forms application. Of course, what we need is an event-driven program, and right there, let's give it a name. I'm just going to call it beginner _1, VB beginner _1. Okay, that's it, and just click on save. Make sure you are aware of wherever you're saving your program. Click on save. Okay, it seems I already have a program called VB beginner. So just for you to be aware, if you have a name, the same name, you end up with this error. So that's fine. I'm going to just call that VB beginner 11 and just click on OK. And there, that is the form that you guys are now looking at. That's just the whole interface of Visual Basic. And here we have the properties, we have data source here, Server Explorer, and we also have the toolbox. If any of these are not on the screen, all you need to do is just to go to Windows and select reset. So let me show you an example of what I'm saying. Okay, what I'm talking about is like the toolbox. I'm gonna get rid of that. Let's get rid of all of these as well. Get rid of this Server Explorer as well. Click on that and there. So to get back those components, all you need to do is go to Windows and select Reset Window Layer and click on Yes. Okay, so we won't be going much into anything, but what I'm going to do is let's just write one single line of code. You see on the form itself, double click on the form and that should take you to an event area called form load. And right in here, that is the form load event itself. Inside the form load procedural area, we're going to enter just a single line of code. But before I do that, if you notice, we have public class form1 and we have the form load procedural area there, and we also have end class. Please make sure none of these are deleted. The public class form1 and the end class must not be deleted, else we will end up with an error. So one thing we will do now is to add a message box. Let me show you how to create a message box. Message box dot show. Okay, this is a function on its own. Dot show is a method that will output whatever message you have inside your quoted area. So in there, as you can see, you will see a yellow line here saying this line of code need to be compiled. If I compile it and run it, nothing will appear the way it is right now. So to compile, you can always go to debug and select start debugging, or you can use the shortcut here. Just click on that and there we go. You will see, as you can see, we have an empty message box. Click on OK. There we go. So what I'm going to do is inside that message box, I'm going to enter as follows: welcome to Absolute Beginner Visual Basic Tutorial. So let's try that out. Compile and run it as well, or just click on the start button. And there we go, guys. Instead of an empty message box, we have a message box with a message on it. So with that, I'm going to call it the end of the first part of this Absolute Beginner Visual Basic tutorial, and bye for now, guys.